So, remember when I went live 2 weeks ago and I had a little bit of a weird cough, and I even said that my voice was a little raspy, but I felt good. I really thought that worst case scenario, one, it could have been that I slept in those bleach trays. Two, that my husband and I had both had colds that we'd had since Thanksgiving and that I was still kind of fighting that. Good morning, Delia. Sadly, what happened is it was the beginning of something much worse. And you guys know that Becky went live for me last week. And so I did go see Becky that week and just kind of held it together. But my symptoms, as soon as I got home, got way worse, and ended up finding out that I had pneumonia before I left on the right-hand side on the upper chest. But when I came back the next day, I went directly to the hospital because I knew it was that bad. I had pneumonia in both chests, tested positive for influenza A, which is the first case of it in our area, had to be quarantined in the hospital, and then they kicked me out. And the reason why is because I was the only case with that, and my immune system was so low, and influenza B was really high at the hospital in all the rooms. So what they had to do is kick me out because they were afraid I was actually going to then turn around and get the other flus. While I was there, I had a cyst burst, an ovarian cyst. So it's the trifecta of, I don't want to call it death, but I felt like I was dying, and I'm not. And, I made a post the other day that talks about how we can continuously have days that we think we're on our deathbed. We think life can't get any worse, and we survive it. And then the next day we think, okay, fine, I'm only 99% going to die today. And I'm only going to 98%, have this happen today. And we survive that day. And then the next day happens. And then the next day happens. And the next day happens, and you get better and you get better. So now I can say I'm like a 60% better. But guess what? I'm still going to survive this day. And that's what it takes to, fight through and just understand that all you have to worry about in life is that one day. And it tied so much into our planner, because in our planner, we are planning. We're planning for the next day. We're planning for the next week. We're planning, for our future. We're trying to live life and ease up on all of the stresses in life so that we can enjoy those days. Sometimes those days get taken away no matter what we plan because we get sick. And so there's nothing we can do about it. It's just, it is what it is. And more than likely I picked it up in the airport, which again, I've been told so many times to be one of those people that wear a mask, have your hand sanitizer. And I didn't wear a mask, but I had a scarf that I kept on, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone and know that it's okay to wear a mask. So I can tell you from now on when I travel, because I know I have a low immune system, I'm going to be one of those people. I'm going to get myself, I ordered it already. It's a cute little mask, and I'm going to wear it because you never know what you can get in airports. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. And of course, these are live and interactive, so I want to be able to see your names. Delia, yes, so I do feel 1,000 times better. I do have a doctor's appointment follow-up today for a multitude of things. So hello, Natalie and Brigida and Day Ray. Hello, you guys. Michaela. Karen, hello. Hi there, pretty lady. Hoping that every day you cover to good health. Thank you so very much. Hello, Morgan. Karen, I hope you're feeling better today. I am. Hello, Gail. Gail, I hope you're feeling better today. I know you too have had the long bout of this crud. Hello, MJ. I see that you already made it over to Oregon to, start your move. So yes. Day, I have something to tell you about. You said you look great though. Let me tell you my motivation this morning with you guys. And my word for the week was motivation. And that we're going to cover it in great detail, just like what we do each weekend. So I have a story about how much makeup I'm wearing today. Gail, I'm sorry that you're in bed. I am so sorry. I wish that I could be there to take care of you, but apparently we need those rest days, huh? Let's see. Hello, Monique. Hello, Carrie. So glad to see you on here as well. And then Day says you wear a mask a lot. It's so worth it. Yeah. I'm kind of guessing, this time I fought it, even though I've been told for years that I need to wear one, but I fought it because, the way it looks, and people might think that you have something, but really what it is you're preventing yourself from getting something. And so if I had a mask on, would I have gotten influenza A? If I had a mask on, would I have gotten as bad as I did? So at that part of it, I don't care what I look like. I would more care about, my health. Okay, so let's dive right in today. So on our planners, and of course this one's a shabby chic one because that's the one I use every day, but I've been showing you between the tribe and the shabby chic. The month end of each planner is exactly the same. The only thing that's different in the planners is the design and the very front page. Like I showed you last week or 2 weeks ago, the January, their theme is Dream Big, and then the tribe one's about attitude. But the rest of them are completely the same. So I wanted to show you, this is what I booked all last week. So all these people that are circled, all the people that I have to reschedule. And I was supposed to have a friend come spend the weekend with me. I had to cancel that. I was supposed to go to a big women's coaching class. I had to cancel that. Things that I really wanted to do. And so not only are you sick, but now you're realizing the workload that you're going to have to get people back in. You're realizing you've missed out on things that you had planned that you were looking forward to, that you really wanted to do, or friends coming that you wanted to do. And then, one of the greatest things is we have this accountability of your income and expenses. So guess what happened? My week's income, 0. But my expenses, now forgive, I have a studio in my home, so I don't have all the rent and the utilities and stuff. I actually get to write some of that off. But I still had to buy supplies that had come in that I had ordered this week. And so 147 went out with nothing coming in. And we know, trust me, years and years and years, $147, that was a week's worth of fuel and groceries for my family. If I didn't have, the extra support that I have now and the extra income from doing online workshops and stuff, $147 is huge. So I have that expense, but I didn't have that income. And so, the things that we have to sacrifice, but I still needed those products so that I could work on those same clients for the weeks to come. Of course, 0 number of clients were done and 0 hours. So my hourly wage, I think I had to message every single client and then have a communication back and forth with them to cancel their appointment, what was going on. The hours that you spend in that as well, that's work time. I couldn't rest. I had to message these people to let them know I would not be there. Do not come to my house because I cannot answer the door. And they drive 30 miles to get here, so I didn't want that. And so that messaging and that communication is key. So my hours of work, I still worked this week. I still had to do these things and then rest because that's how it goes. Or you have to ask somebody else to do it. But when you're a solo tech like I am now, I don't have that somebody else. I can say I could have asked my daughter to do it and that would have been fine. But just know that those are, when I say include every hour that you work, that's what I mean too, even on the times that you're sick. Because at the end of the month, when you tally everything up, it's going to make a difference. And so that's just the end of that week. So this week is the end of the week for the month. And I was going to wait till next week to talk about month end, but I really want you to be prepared this week for it. And so obviously this week, I'm not working again. I am going to find out today. They'll re-swab to see if I still have influenza. And if so, there's no reason for me to even try to push through that, even though I feel better. And obviously I'm still dealing with the crud, so it's still another week that I have to take off of work. And so, again, I'm going to have to spend some time contacting some clients for this week as well. But at the end of this, at the end of the month, you'll see you have your reflect, receive, and reject. And I talked about boundaries a couple weeks ago, about when it was okay to be able to say the yes, but, and how many of you did that, and has it made a change for you? Have you really implemented it? Or did you notice how many times you said the word no? And you didn't know how to did it trigger something in your mind of what I talked about? And then you stopped and went, no, but, or did you just continue with the no because you're still not comfortable with doing the yes, but? Anyway, so what I want to know is what worked for you. Excuse me. I'm going to actually read to you what I wrote in mine. You can see that I filled it out. Normally I wouldn't fill this out till the end of the month, but I filled it out. I filled it out a little bit early. So I don't mean that you have to have like a whole paragraph of your reflect, receive, reject. What I want you to have is key words that you can go back 3 months from now and know what it is, where your focus was, what worked, what didn't work, and are you still on that path of what didn't work? Why have you not rejected it yet? How come you haven't set the boundaries to be able to say, no, that's not where I want to be? So what worked? 1, my planning ended up working. Doing Master's Mindset Mondays, getting them scheduled out how I do my workshops with, live events and stuff. We have over 520 members in here in a 1 month time frame. That's huge. And I thank you guys, I'll get emotional, for sharing to your tech friends and to your friends for wanting to be a part of something like this. This is the last day that it's free. And you guys know, if you want to stay in for the whole year, you can go to nailsource.biz, pay $40, or you can purchase the planner for $50, and then it comes with the planner for the whole year. And so with that, this continues every single week. And as you can tell, is if I can't go live, I will find somebody to go live for me or share a video. I originally was going to share a video, and I contacted Becky and asked if I could share a video from our Jumpstart program that we did last October. And she said, Amy, I have time, I'll go live. And she was, what were you going to talk about? And I said, I honestly was going to talk about, guys, I apologize, my father-in-law is here to check up on me. And hold on just one moment. I greatly, greatly apologize. Oh. My daughter's going to answer the door. Anyway, so when Becky said that she can go live, she wanted to know what I wanted to talk about. And I said, Becky, I was going to go live talking about celebrating others, which was you. I said, so the live was going to be about you and about bragging bios. And she was like, I'll do it. I mean, there was no question. And this was like an hour before I was going to go live, or that I was going to do this. And that's surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded, that will do anything to be able to keep that motivation going and to keep the group alive and all of that. And so Becky, I thank you for that. And I really did enjoy celebrating you. And like this morning, I got a message from Anita that said, hey, how are you feeling? Do you want me to go live for you? If you need anything, let me know. And that's the stuff I appreciate so very much. And of course, I wanted to go live today. I wanted to be in front of the camera. So what worked was my planning and creating this group of like-minded men and women who want that motivation and want those boundaries and want the planning and want all of that. And so that worked. It's worked. Here's proof. And so I just want you to know that what worked for me was the planning that went into creating this. What I would reject, the negativity. And the negativity of my own mindset, because I was sick. I knew I wasn't giving my all. Becky and I did pictures together. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm pale, like there's nothing in them that I look like I have energy at all. And so therefore I felt like I wanted to give more. And I realized I gave my all. And so therefore those negative thoughts, that self-sabotage is what didn't work. That's what I needed to reject, was the negativity I was putting on myself. But when you don't feel good, I think that naturally comes. And so my focus was obviously Master's Mindset Mondays, the kickoff for the first month, and obviously getting myself better. I need more training in, and I put mass book production for the 2021 planner. And I know that that's not something that, sorry, that I'm not going to have to deal with for a while, but I do plan on releasing the 2021 planner in October. That means that I need to have everything done before then. So my planning does kind of need, those seeds start now. And that motivates me to continue moving on. This group motivates me to continue moving on. And so therefore, that's what I need more training in, according to my mind, this month. What my most popular social media post, if you guys are going to keep up on with me on doing social media stuff, was the picture that I posted of my husband and I's hands like this that we casted. That one was the most popular picture. And they always say to repost your most popular one the next month. And so therefore in February, which is great because it's Valentine's Day, my husband still won't be here, I can reuse that same picture and to tie in something with love and romance and the bond that no matter what, if you're together or separated, there's that bond and that unconditional love. And so I'm going to repost the same picture in a different month under a different theme. And that's that continuously understanding how social media algorithms work and all of that. My community action, I am helping Becky develop her website and giving time to that. So I figured I've been kind of laid up for 2 weeks. And so I haven't really been able to do what I would normally do, but I'm still able to give time. And so my community action was that, and my giving tree is I did send out not only my husband some cards, but I sent out some thank you cards that are special thank yous that we've talked about, that I have 4 cards in your planner to be able to do that as a giving tree. Something tangible that you're actually giving, even there a handwritten note, a gift, a coffee, something like that. It's not your community action is time volunteering. But you'll get to know that over the months to come, the difference of the two, of the feeling that you get. I get better feeling not from giving a gift or a cup of coffee or writing a thank you note. My feeling comes from community action. I really like to do the hands-on time giving stuff. And I think part of that is my love language is, hands-on and quality time. And so if you guys don't know anything about 5 love languages, we're going to be talking a lot about that as well. So in your planners, in January's envelope, there is a card in there. And what I would like for you to do is to randomly mail or hand put. We talked about that a few weeks ago. Sometimes with my clients, I'll just throw it in their purse while they go wash their hands. So it's a surprise, or somebody that had made an impact on you during this month that you just want to say thank you. But your thank you isn't just going to be, thank you so much for making an impact on my life. Your thank you is going to be, because of you, because of this action that you did, this was the result that it did for me. It could be a feeling, because you said my name at the grocery store and I was acknowledged. What you did was teach me that I need to be better with that. And so therefore, everybody that I saw that I knew them by name, I did the same things. Thank you for setting the example for me to grow and know what feels good for me to do this for others. Look at the power that you can have in those words of going into more detail. So there's cards for you every 4 months. I'm so sorry, my phone is lit up today. There's cards for you for every 4 months to be able to do this. I encourage you to do it a lot more often. I really would like to see everybody do it every week, but I also know that it takes time to be able to do that. So what I want you to do is to be able to do this at least, throughout the month. So those cards are provided for you already. So in your envelope as well, it's the month end. You'll have your receipts in there. And then those of you that are doing Keeping Profits in Your Pockets, you already have your Excel spreadsheet like what I have on my computer. But if not, you already have maybe written down for the month on just a little note card or something. And what I want you to do is to move this card from month to month. So maybe do 3 months at a time or whatever you can fit on a piece of paper. And you're going to start with like your rent, your utilities, whatever your overhead is, you're going to have that on there. That are your monthly expenses that every month you have, whether you work or not. Plus your supplies, education, insurance, donations that you've made, your mileage, everything, and write down those totals. It's part of what you need for your monthlies anyways. But the reason why I say do it in 3 months or bring them together every 3 months and look at them and see, is 1 month are you spending a whole lot more into one area that you should not be, and you should be budgeting that to put it into other areas? Do you have a sick fund that if you are sick that you still have money to pull from? I mean, the Dave Ramsey way is to definitely have 3 months worth to cover all of your monthlies and all of that, plus any time off that you have and, your savings and all of that. And so that's where we're going to get to, and we're going to talk a lot about that, especially next month in February. But right now is your first month. If you have not taken the time to do this for the month, it's your time to do this. You can't go through and know if you're profitable or not at the end of every month if you don't know where your money is. And so it's important to do that. Okay. So that's all I'm going to talk about for the planner for now. The rest of this I want to talk about is my word of the week, which is motivation. But before that, I'm going to go through and answer some questions. And I see so many more of you have joined on. Thanks for sticking with me. And I'm so sorry that you guys have to listen to this, but I'm so glad that I cannot give you this virus. Hello, Marcy. You said, I'm sorry, I don't have my headset, so you can't watch now. I'm on my second job. It's okay. I understand. Hello, Paige. Monique just ordered herself some of those masks. Yes. And so BTS, I'll have to look what that is, but my doctor told me to get the ones that are charcoal activated, and they can be washable with different liners that go in the inside. So we're not talking like a dust mask. I'm talking like a true antiviral mask. Brigida, elderberry syrup also helps boost your immune system. It's part of my morning routine. That is a very good idea. And I remember taking it before. I don't know why I don't take it now, but I should. Paige, good morning. Yes, I'm glad that you could catch us live. Yes, yes, yes. And then Day adds essential oils inside of her mask. Yep, I do the same thing. Hello, Miss Allie. Allie is right over the mountain from me, and a good friend. Hello, Lisa and Amanda and Shamay. Shamay, I have to tell you, you post pictures of food. I know it's a motivator for you. Of your breakfast food, you tend to go out to eat for breakfast. And it always looks like it should be in a magazine. And it always looks like it's the best, most luxurious food. So the next time we meet up again, we have to make a pinky promise that we're going to have breakfast together. Because every time I see a breakfast post, I think about you now. Hello, Evelyn and Sharon. And yes, hello, Sarah and Darlene and Chris and Henrietta and Miss Emily. Day, do you think that you'll keep doing Mindset Mondays next year? Yes, I want to continue doing this. It might be done differently. Maybe I'll learn throughout this year. You guys know that I have put myself out there live every week for about 3 years now. Whether it's been nail art tutorials or interviews or coffee talks or pop-up lives or something. And so this is going to be something I want to continue. And so, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Jessie Renee. Hi, Tiffany. I need to call you. I have some ideas. Gail says 5 book love languages is amazing. We're going to talk about the 5 love languages actually in February, because I think it would be, you know, something kind of fun, even though it's not really tied in about love. To me, it's more about communication. But Tiffany says she loves the book as well. Hello, Jennifer. Paige, never thought of the card idea. This is so awesome. Thank you. Yay! So Paige, if you go back to, I don't know if it's the first or second week, I talked about the card idea and some more ideas with that, but the reasoning behind it. And so, but obviously today I think you can catch on to that too. Hello, Angela. Hello, Dana Lynn. How are you? Tiffany, this is good. Amy Masters, we talked about this at a workshop last night, a worship last night. Going out and spreading happiness and grateful with the world. There can never be too many kind people. Isn't that the truth? Delia, yours is motivation as well. That is awesome. We're going to dive into that. Hello, Liz and Wendy and Miss K. Okay. So sorry if I miss. I'm going to speed through here a little bit. Okay. My word for the week was motivation. And I needed that because I have been stuck in my bed until last night. Last night I took myself out of quarantine, but I still had my mask on. And now I'm in my studio and I plan on spraying the Lysol and everything as soon as I leave here. And I needed motivation because the first 2 days that I laid in the hospital, that's all you can do. There's nothing to look around of what you need to do because you can't clean that room. I didn't feel good to do anything. Your job is to lay around and do nothing. I didn't need motivation on those days. All I needed was to know that I was in the right place being cared for from people who could take care of me. But when they kicked me out and they sent me home, I still felt absolutely awful. But now I'm looking in my surroundings and all I can see is the stuff I need to do. I have a suitcase still that's not unpacked from going to Utah over a week ago. I have laundry. I needed to change my bedding. I started noticing the dust on the tops of my curtains. My motivation was there, but my health was not. And so you feel trapped because you want to get up and do these things and you can't. But how many times do we have the opposite? Well, we have no excuse. We have no sickness. We have nothing that's holding us down, but we don't have the motivation to get up and go do those things. And I talked about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something that only takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do a chore to completion. Even dishes. 5 minutes to maybe just hand wash them, 5 minutes to put them in the dishwasher, 5 minutes to remove the dishes out of the dishwasher, 5 minutes to change out the laundry. 5 minutes is all that you need to be able to accomplish something on a to-do list or get it started. And it made me think that I had the motivation. I wanted to get up and paint my bedroom, change the curtains, do all these things. It's on my list to do while my husband's gone. But I knew I should not. It was opposite filling. And so my motivation was there, but my body was not. But when your body is there and you are able, and even if you're only at 60%, what can you do to motivate yourself to just get up? So last night I told you guys I'm talking about this, makeup tutorials for women over the age of 50. Now, I just turned 47, so I'm not 50 yet. But I also do know that watching myself live, that my makeup, even though I do it different every single day, looks the same every day. And although I get my hair colored every few months and I get my hair cut every few months, my haircut has been the same for over 10 years. There was that 10-year challenge. I did a picture. It was the exact same haircut. I still have the same shirt. And I'm looking like 10 years later, even though I've had fluctuations in like weight or whatever, I look the same but older. So therefore, I realized that what I really needed to do was motivate myself on a new plan with makeup. And I don't always wear a lot of eyeliner, and you guys can see I did that today. But I also was looking at the tutorials of these girls that are massively kicking on makeup and doing contouring and all this stuff, which one day I'll do a video to show you guys what I really do. It takes me like 2 minutes to do my makeup, and I'm not joking. It's like a 2-brush method is what I call it. And whether I take the 2 minutes or I take 15 minutes to do it, I think I look better in the 2 minutes than the 15 minutes, because today I did like the tutorials and I added on the primers and I added on the foundation and I added on the powder and I did a little contouring and I did all of those things, and all I can see is that I've caked on makeup and I think it makes me look older. And that's for the one that's for the ages of over 50. So I'm going to go back to the ones that are maybe in their 30s and do that makeup. But that was a motivator for me. I knew I wanted to go live today. I knew that I was feeling better despite how I sound. And I wanted to look the part. So I curled my hair, didn't like how my bangs were, pulled them back. Did my makeup a second before I went live, took a Kleenex and wiped half of it off. And but I was motivated and I felt good about that. So what motivates you? Every day it could be different, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I was really doing a lot of thinking about this, and I think that there comes down to one or two things that every single day motivates you. And are you doing that? Are you starting your day with that motivation? Okay, I'm going to open up and share like I always do. First of all, I put down motivation is not a hack or a trick. Okay, so I can put on makeup. There's hacks and tricks and secrets and all that. It's none of that. Motivation's real. It's in your mindset, and it's what you need to do every single day to keep your soul happy. And it's simple. For me, it's music. Right now, I'm still for, I don't know, 6 months, listen to Lauren Daigle, the same song almost every morning. Yesterday, for some reason, I watched this podcast, and the girl was dancing in the very beginning to Taylor Swift, and she moved her chair back and she started dancing. I promise you guys I'll never do that on Master Mondays because I'm an awful dancer and I don't know all the words to Taylor Swift songs. However, I should, because I can tell you that, and it was Hillary Rushford that I was watching, who's talks a lot about motivation and Instagrams and stuff. She motivated me yesterday with what motivated her. What motivated her is Taylor Swift. What motivated her was this one song that she can listen to every day. And it made me think, like, my motivation is Lauren Daigle. And I can't think of the song right now. You Say is the song. And it's been my song for like 6 months. And every morning I get on Amazon Music, turn on that song right when I wake up. And it's 3 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, and I can tell you it's the second the song comes on, I am already starting to spiritually motivate. I'm feeling good. I love the song. It can be any song. It used to be, and guys, no joke, I even did All About the Toes workshop that I did. It was based all about the bass. You remember that song? All about the bass, about the bass. Okay, that song was my song for a long time. And I would go to work, and even though I can't dance good, me and the girls would, every time that song came on, we had to jump up, do this little dance, and we'd sit back down with our clients. Our clients got to knowing that. So every time the song would come on, our clients would jump up with us. We would do this little booty shake for a second, and we'd sit down. We were motivated. Music is one of my biggest motivators, but it might not be for you. So once again, you need to find out what is uniquely special of a motivation for you. And so I have homework that comes with this. So music, some people use daily scriptures. I have the daily scripture where I can turn and physically see, and then I get things sent to me. Food, coffee, You guys want to know another motivator for me? And this is one of those odd ones, is not the coffee itself, but the cup. When I first started liking coffee, which I've not liked coffee, even the smell of it, my whole life. I'm a new coffee connoisseur, new coffee snob. What I liked about it was how people held the warmth. What I liked about it was the touch, the color, the theme, what was on their cup. And I would think, I wonder why they chose that cup. And we served coffee in the salon. We had a variety of cups that people would bring. And I always wondered what made that client choose that cup. And so I actually got onto a cup kick, and I have so many cups. This particular one, it's actually suiting. So I have POTS, you guys know, so I randomly pass out. And I found this cup at a garage sale, and I thought, why would this cup have meaning to anybody else but me? Because this is kind of a silly quote for anybody else to want. And I thought that's why I found it at a garage sale, because a lady could not relate to this cup. But it says, I get up, I walk, I fall down. Meanwhile, I keep dancing. And it's just a beautiful cup. Okay. So when you have POTS, you get up, you walk, you fall down, and then you just get up and you just keep dancing. And I thought only people with always the feeling of falling down and having to get themselves up would do that. But why would you want a cup that reminded you that you were always falling and had to get up? But I like the motivation. To me, it tied into my POTS and it made me laugh, and I bought it for 25 cents. So to me, it's not what in my cup. Sometimes it's just hot water. It's the cup. And every morning, my motivation, I sit there, no joke, I open up my cabinet, and I have 3 shelves of coffee cups. I actually have more than that, and I've had to move my coffee cups. I open them up, and I look at like, what cup reflects me today? What do I want today? And it's my motivation. It's a coffee cup. But it might not be for you, but it's for me. It's what makes me unique. My husband knows that. And my mother is one of those, like, if you ever open up my cabinets, like, big plates, little plates, big bowls, little bowls, like everything is organized and facing the same way. And the cups are where the handles come out, where I can grab the handle of a cup. So they're set perfectly. My mother will come visit, and she does a plate, a bowl, a little plate, a cup, another plate, and then the cups are upside down and they're turned around and they're on different shelves and they're everywhere. She does it on purpose because I have OCD, and it's one of the things I still love so much about my mother, but also realize that she does it to be funny. And so when I open up the cabinet and I see this chaos, she knows that it is everything inside of me that I need to fix that immediately. And it's motivating, though. It's fun. And so be the person to feel somebody else's motivation. If your spouse is not wanting to get up in the morning and music is a motivator for them, turn on a song for them. Bring them a cup of coffee in bed. Do whatever. Give what you want as well. And I talk about that all the time. You cannot receive if you don't give. And so I was talking to my daughter this morning while I was packing on the makeup, who I can tell you immediately noticed. I didn't tell her about this tutorial that I watched for doing makeup with women over 50. And so I had done the eyes and I hadn't done my mascara yet. And she's like, oh, you're doing your makeup differently. I do my makeup differently every single day. And our vanity's in her room and she watches. And that's our together time. And so I'm like, even my daughter immediately noticed that all I changed was adding eyeliner to the top of my eyes. She noticed that immediately, and I was just like, wow. So I was like, okay, Caitlin, I need to ask you a question. I don't know what to talk about today. And I think it's going to be about motivation, because it's my word of the week, but it doesn't mean that I need to choose my word of the week to be every week's topic. I really wanted to, keep my planner authentic to me too. And I don't have to share that publicly with everybody, but I have. And so I go, what's your motivation? What gets you out of bed? And she's one that's an early riser and always has been. I'm not. And she goes, refried beans. And that's, again, when I realized that's a unique quality that somebody can desire, the amount of refried beans. We call her a little beaner, the way that she does. And I go, you know what I see that your motivation is? I said, I don't I said shopping sometimes for her. She loves to like go to these little trinket shops and stuff like that. I'm not a shopper. I like to go with her, but I look at the price and go, oh, I'm not spending $50 on that. I'm gonna go to a garage sale. So our motivations are different. And so I go, Caitlin, when my daughter, like today, her boyfriend's flying in and she gets to go pick him up. She is up, she's ready, she's happy, she's excited, she's, bouncing around, and, has a motivation because she gets to go pick him up. But I realize that she gets that from planning. My daughter is a planner. She's a lot more planned out than what I do. She needs to know where, like if I say we're going out to dinner tonight, she needs to know where. And me, I'm like, I don't know, we're going out to dinner tonight. Okay. She's such a planner that is what keeps her motivated. And so knowing that she has a plan with her friends and knowing that she has a self-care thing, because I promote self-care in our family big time, that, maybe she's going to go get a massage, she's going to get her hair done. It's planned, she's excited. The other day, she stopped into my bedroom and I was like, man, your hair's getting really long. She goes, yep, and I'm going to cut, her hair's down here. She goes, I'm going to cut this much off of it when I get my hair done next week and blah, 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 and how excited. That's a plan for next week to get a haircut. She's motivated. It's a plan. That's what makes her happy. And so all week, as she's doing her hair or wadding it up or whatever she's going to do, there's still that motivation of that I get to go do this. Okay. What motivates you? So I found out when I was doing this, I'm like, there are 3 things that it takes for motivation. Sometimes our jobs are motivation. Sometimes working out, not for me, motivation, my coffee cup, whatever motivates you. But there's 3 things in common. 1 is the ambition for that. 2 is that it's soul fulfilling. So once you actually have the ambition and you do it, it fulfills your soul instantly within seconds. And I decided I'm calling it the 5 because I found the things that match with 5. So it's the 5. And the 3rd is sacrifice. What I mean by sacrifice is for us to get in the right mindset, for us to have those motivations, for us to do that, we might have to sacrifice something. So for instance, if music is your motivator and a song is 3 minutes, you are sacrificing 3 minutes of your day. Oh, whoa, right? But how many times do we not do that? And it's only 3 minutes. And so we're sacrificing 3 minutes to sit there and just sing a song, listen to it. Sometimes we use it as a multitask. We use it and maybe we want to sing that song while we're driving. And that's our motivator. Sometimes while you're showering or, something like that. The sacrifice I've decided with my cup is that it has to be washed and it goes in the dishwasher. And if it's in the dishwasher, maybe I don't get to use that cup that day. I have to sacrifice. I have to use another cup. So there's always some sort of like sacrifice that comes with this, but it's worth it. Sacrifice it. Make that happen. So as I was laying there last night, I decided that my motivation, because I really believe in finding a definition when watching a video of my word of the week and really truly bringing that word of the week into my life. You guys know with Unalome, I actually drew it on me. So I'm not talking like just have a word of the week. I'm talking about look up the definition, look up the thesaurus of other words that mean the same thing. Put it into your life. And I want motivation in my life. I'm very motivated anyways, but I'm sick. So I was like, what's my motivation for sick? And I'm actually going to type this out and put it in our group, but it says me being sick. I'm sick of being sick. So it's my turn to get sick. It's my turn to turn sick into what I feel it needs to mean. So the S for sick is self-care first. I laid in my bed for over a week trying not to clean, dust, do laundry. There's piles everywhere, and they'll get done next week because they're not even going to get done today. But it's my turn to turn the S, self-care's first. I, ignite your passion. Where's your motivation? Ignite it. You guys know that the theme is spark, ignite, and shine for Masters Mindset Mondays. So I put self-care first, ignite your passion. The C is conquer your fears, get over yourself. Quit self-sabotaging, conquer the fears, and just do it. Take those steps to just go to that next level. Some of these things are instant and just do it. Get out of mindset and just do it. And some things we have to plan. And then K, excuse my language, kick ass. It's time to kick it into high gear. So sick, take care of yourself first. Ignite that passion to get yourself up and going. Conquer the fear and just do what you've been wanting to do for a while. And then kick ass at it. Sick. Now the idea of seeing sick and being sick seems to have a little bit of light to that, to where I can go, you know what? I'm sick of being sick, and it's my terms of what I'm going to make sick about. So this week, yeah, I laid around, and I'm not a TV watcher, but I watched Netflix. I watched movies that were hilarious and heartfelt nonstop, and I didn't feel guilty about it. I wrote my husband many letters. I started writing down the plan of what I needed to do when I was better. And I have a to-do list for that. So take action on that. Do not allow your 60% of feeling okay to turn into 100% of feeling bad. I want you to turn that 60% into a 65% or a 75% or an 80%. Make sick or your illness or whatever holds you back, your mindset, change it, because you can, and only you can. And like I said, kick ass. I'm not a cusser, but there's days that it just needs it. So here's your homework. I want you to write down 3 things that motivate you. You will find that you are unique, and what works for others is not going to work for you. And what works for you is not going to work for others. So be unique. Don't try to keep up with what everybody else is doing. I would really like for you to share it in the group. If you're not comfortable with that, do not. If you want to share, you guys know that, this is the last week that we're going to have 520 some people in this group, because starting next week, the people who have not paid to stay in here, I've talked about it every week, they're going to be removed from the group. Not to say that they can't join in it in any time during the year, they're more than welcome to, but it comes down to those people of us that are ready for this and that we're ready to spark, ignite, and shine. And so anyways, your stuff, if you don't want to share it with 500 and some people, that's fine. If you want to wait till when there's only 100 and some people in the group, then that's fine too. But I want you to write down 3 things that motivate you. Are you doing them? And are you doing them every single day? Every day, are you listening to a favorite song? Every day, are you choosing what cup or an outfit or earrings or doing your makeup or let's say I gotta be a little bit more masculine, working out? I thank you guys that are in this group. Are you doing those things that make you better, that motivate you? And they're simple. They are simple things that can be less than the 5s, okay? So here's my thing that I made up. Motivation truly is 5 seconds. So it's 5 seconds that you're going to decide that you're going to do something or not, right? They've proven that. It's a 5-second theory. And so therefore, in those 5 seconds, you're either going to decide that you're going to sit up in bed and get up, or you're not. You're going to decide to turn on the water and take a shower or not. 5 seconds is what it takes to not only put something in your mind, turn it off and go on to something else, put something in your mind, take action and start doing it. 5 seconds, that's it. So it's 5 seconds to change your mindset. It's 5 minutes for the action. And we learned a song is less than 5 minutes. Picking out a cup should not take me 5 minutes. But for the action, which is your unique motivation, it can be done in 5 minutes, okay? 15 hours from taking those 5 seconds and 5 minutes. For the next 15 hours, you will be motivated. The next hours into that should be your wind down hours, because if you stayed motivated completely all the time and I'm always motivating yourself, when you get that high because you're super excited about something, then you need to sleep, you need to rest, or you get so focused and so far off track because of the exhaustion that you realize that when you finally do rest and kind of pull back a little bit and then revisit something, then you can, refine it the way that you need. So 5 seconds of a mindset to get yourself motivated, 5 minutes doing that action, listening, drinking, mindfulness, dancing, whatever, eating a specific food. I'm not just talking about eating. Those favorite savory things can last you 15 hours of motivation. That's huge. Huge. I don't know what studies would be on that because it's what I've made up, but I'm thinking I'm pretty dang close. That's motivation. That's what we need. So for me, sometimes motivation is getting on YouTube and finding a Tony Robbins or an Oprah or something like that, because sometimes I need that powerful part and I'm like, yeah, I got this. But I usually can only listen to those when I'm getting ready to do a business kind of thing, because it will sidetrack me from my focus of where I'm at. So make sure that your motivation is quick, it's easy, it's soulful, it is that mindset that's powerful for you, and it's yours, that it's not somebody else's. But sometimes our motivation comes from wanting to help others. So for instance, when I was at Becky's, she's busy. Her plate is full and she has her children. And here I come for an entire week and we have all these things set up. And, I decided that I was going to do her dishes. And, when you're a kid and you go to somebody else's house, you want to do their dishes, right? But you never want to do your own. I felt like that. So I wasn't doing it for her. I was at her home while she was running some errands and taking her kids to school and stuff. I did it for me. I did it because I needed to feel like I accomplished something. And here I'd been a guest in her home and I needed something to do. And so I did the dishes for her, and she came back and she could not believe that I did her dishes, and I hand washed them because her dishwasher was full and I didn't want to go through her cabinets and, invade and put her dishes into places. And so I thought, why not hand wash them? So it was one of those things there, she has 3 kids and her husband wasn't there. And then the 2 of us, so dishes could pile up in a couple of days. And took me less than 5 minutes. I timed it, not on purpose. I looked at the clock thinking, I wonder when Becky would be back. And I looked at the clock when I was done to think, I wonder when Becky's going to be back. And I realized it took me less than 5 minutes to hand wash all of her dishes. I did that for me, but when she came home, she didn't look at a 5-minute type of thank you. She looked at the action, maybe the time, I don't know. And she was just like, I can't believe you did my dishes. And I thought, I can't believe I didn't do them the day before. And so there's a feeling when you give. And when I got back was knowing that I helped clear her plate, that was one less thing that she had to worry about. And I've talked about it. It's actually hard when people come to my home. It would be hard for me, like if they started doing chores in my home. But it was also be appreciative for those things. So this week, and what my father-in-law just dropped off is soup. And this week I've had 3 meals brought to our home, not because I've asked for them, and I love to cook, but people know that it would clear your plate. And so don't block the blessings, allow those things to come, and then use that time, that 5 minutes, to do something else that motivates you, because it's all it takes, 5 minutes. So please, please find these things, be active in a group, write down the 3 things that motivate you. And what you're going to find is that there's going to be things we have in common. And then there's going to be things that you're going to be like, that does not motivate me. I need something else. And maybe it's a smell of a new lotion that you put on every morning or something. So I encourage you to share. So thank you guys so much for joining in. And you guys know I'm going to go through and answer as many questions as I can. Oh my goodness. And let me repeat as many as I can. And then I'll go through. Okay. I'll go through, and when I rewatch this, always answer again. Even if you're on replay, I want you to be active on this, because I really do go in and answer your questions or say hello to you. Gail, yes. So we were talking about Shamay's breakfast. Yes. I mean, they look fabulous. She should be a food connoisseur magazine, or what do they call them? Not a judge. What's in the food industry? A food critic. Maybe she is secretly, and we don't know it. Delia says, I posted pictures of food last night on my Instagram story. I don't normally, but I'm telling you, if I had food every day like Shamay does, I would be. I mean, it's like 5-star, big time quality. Hello, Sue. Liz, hello, Amy. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you so much. Michaela, sharing the most popular social media post. Just share or boost it. Make a new post with some same content. Okay, so boosting means that you're going to pay for it. I have paid for many, many ads. When I believe the only time you want to boost an ad or a post is when you are selling something and you need to get it out there to a larger market than your own friends. And I've learned multiple times every time I've paid for a boost, and trust me, I've done what the social media people say, and I've boosted where I've spent like $200 on advertising and nothing comes back. I post regularly and consistently in my groups, and the feedback comes back, and it was free, and it just took time to schedule them. So I do not believe in boosting any post at all, because I think being more authentic and finding your following the right way is where you should be, unless it is something that you have for sale that you know will be returned to you. Think about business profits. If you are boosting and you're spending $200 on advertising with zero return, how profitable are you going to be? So therefore, instead, and so here's the mindset that I had, is what I was boosting was a $150 course that I offer online, and I wanted people to know about it. And so I put what I thought I would, if one person bought it, then I would get majority of that money back. If 2 people bought it, I would, be good, and that ad would be paid for. And so for my first time, I went big on a bigger one rather than a $5 one. And nothing came out of that. Have not sold one. Not even afterwards sold one. And so then I changed it to a different class, and I did not boost it, and it went nuts. And you never know, and you can try to boost it, but I think unless you're selling something to get something in return, do not invest in something that you're not going to get a return in. So investing in Facebook ads and paying to boost it, and it's just a post to get more algorithm, more viewers or something like that. It's not the right way to do it. There's other ways of doing it. Sue says, hi, Amy. So glad to see you looking better. Your internet is spotty, so not sure you'll be able to see. Oh, I hope that changes. Hello, Aleka and Lexi. And hello, Aunt Stephanie. I'm Miss Kenna. Tiffany, you are so beautiful. I hope I look good at 47. Yeah, I'm thinking this has aged me like a lot more, so I'll be wiping this off soon. If not, it's because I'm sick, and no matter what you do, no makeup can disguise that. Gail says, I've seen how you done it. Yep. Delia, I'm in my 30s and I hate wearing tons of makeup. Good. I used to be one of those like 80s, 90s chicks that wore big hair and lots of makeup. And as I've gotten older, I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. Gail says music is amazing for that. So it must be one of your motivators. Tiffany says Lauren is one of her favorites. Yes, I love Lauren Daigle. Miss Patty, hello. You're popping on for a few minutes. Glad to see you. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. I am. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you can pop in and say hi for a second. Miss Day, but 30-second dance parties are the best. So Day, I can tell you, watching that thing from yesterday, her Taylor Swift, and I adore Taylor Swift. I think that she, yeah, we all have our controversies and all of that, but I can tell you, I think she's powerful, and she's going to continue to be a powerful influencer in our industry, and many others as well. But that dance party that she had online, made me kind of want to get up and boogie a little, even though I'm an awful dancer. And so, yeah, I can agree with you, but I also think that it's one of your motivators and probably not one of mine. Tiffany said you should listen to Riley Clemens Fighting for Me. I have actually, Tiffany, and I agree with you. Day, great song. It makes my boy tear up. He loves her voice. Yes. Kenna, so glad that you're feeling better. Thank you for motivating me. You are welcome. And I would love to be a motivator for somebody, but once again, make your motivation something you could depend on. So for instance, if I again had not gone live today and you were depending on me to be your motivator, that would put you in a negative mindset, right? So you need something that's for you that you can always be resourceful to. So you can go back to old videos of me if you want, but put that motivation as well into yourself. But Kenna, thank you for that, because that is what I want to do, is motivate others. Sue said, sorry, the internet won't sustain the video. We'll watch it in a better location. I'm sorry, Sue. Karen says, every morning I get up a mail through TUT notes from the universe, or TUT notes from the universe, and it always seems to speak to what I'm going through at that time. I love that. Karen, that's very sweet and cool. And I agree with you on that. You know, and if you read scriptures, or you just sometimes I will scroll through Facebook and it's like the first funny meme that I see is going to be my thought for the day. And sometimes it's like the other day it was about a pig and the way it was oinking, and I felt like that's how I sounded. And I'm telling you, it stuck with me the whole day and made me laugh. And so sometimes it's even memes. Day says, mine says, in loving memory of when I could sleep in. Shimei, because of you, I started to pay attention with a coffee cup. Love it. Yes. Isn't it so true? I have one coffee cup that I remember the day that Jim McConnell called and said, we want to work with you. We want to do the genre and all of that. And I had the rest of that day off, and I didn't know how long the call was going to be. And the coffee cup that I chose that day was interesting. It was plain. There's no design on it at all. It's not plain white. It's vintage, and the handle on it is very delicate. Like, it reminds me of a more old-fashioned teacup. And I remember that day thinking, I presented something and it was accepted by a company. And I've never been like in a big job interview. I've never had to present things. And so to have all of that come to fruition, and that day I remember drinking out of that cup, and now I associate that cup to that day, that if I really want something, I have to present it, and I have to be wholeheartedly in it, and I have to plan it, and it can happen. And that cup says nothing on it, but that cup, what it says to me is so much more, and it's the cup. MJ, I so love that. I love cups. Thought it was the only weird one. Now I totally feel this obsession with the new light. I love it. Hello, Mercedes. Oh, my Julia, you're late, but you're watching. You'll do replay. Yes, yes, yes. Thank goodness for replay. Delia says, I need a haircut and color. Yeah, so when you plan it, you call and make that appointment, you get this excitement for the week, or however long it's going to be, 3 months until you can get into your favorite one. Morgan says, I have to get ready for my client. You'll watch the rest tonight. Thank you, Morgan. Hello, Miss Michelle. Julia says, I have a bad habit of taking things and problems and issues that are not mine. I have a hard time letting go. So I bought a ring that says, let that shit go, to overcome diverting myself. Oh, maybe expand it. To issues that don't belong to me. Yes, and that's setting boundaries. And sometimes we need a visual boundary to know, I'm so sorry, to remind ourselves of that. And so I love it. And Julia, you know that I adore you. Hello, Miss Sue. Delia, sick. I'm not a fan of it. The whole month of January had 8 migraines. So I'm motivated to try to work around them. Yes. And sometimes you have to be your own advocate. And why are you getting the migraines? Why are you getting sick? I can tell you, I really think the stress of my husband leaving to go to basic training and knowing that I'm not able to talk to him and all of that, I think for both of us, we were sick before he left. And I think it tied into a lot of stress. We were not in our normal routine. We were going out to eat a whole lot before he left. Plus, there was Thanksgiving and Christmas and holidays. And I think we were out of our routine. And then after he left, my plate was still full. And so I wasn't putting myself first and I wasn't eating properly. I was, indulging in all the good stuff. And so I think part of being sick is self-done. And I know that, it's a virus. I picked it up somewhere, so that's not self-done. However, I could have done things to help prevent it, even though sometimes it still happens. And like you said, you have to put your mind around it and motivate yourself around it. And that's so true. Julia, my life planner is rechanneling my energy. Yes, I love it. Tiffany says, I heard wine hours. Yes, I'm pretty sure I said that. I agree. However, maybe not start your morning with it unless you can function that way. But I definitely think at the end of the day, you should have wine hours. Yes, not minutes or seconds, but hours. I love that, Tiffany. Dana Lynn, so true, yes. Delia, I was motivated to cook last night, crumb cake and chicken noodle soup. Oh my God, that sounds so good. Michaela, you are welcome. Hi, my Lynn. Hello, sweetheart. Shimei says, thank you. No one tell me that. You make my day. And Shimei, you make mine. Dana Lynn, it's amazing what a genius act of kindness can make one feel and the recipient feel. It's a win-win. Yes, absolutely. Adriana, happy to see you. Glad that you're feeling better. On a side note, I am still not getting the notifications of when you go live. I don't know how to fix that. I'm going to private message you and we'll try to work through a couple of things that I've already talked about, but I'm guessing it has to do with your Facebook notifications. Robin says, thank you so much for coming on today, even though you're still sick. Your lives motivate me. Robin, thank you so very much. And I apologize, Robin. I had to reschedule her Tech Talk Live because I was sick. And then we rescheduled the Tech Talk Live because she was sick. And these were last year. And Robin is set to have another Tech Talk Live and I had to cancel it again. Same thing with Tracy Vincent. I had to reschedule hers. And you guys, thank you so much for understanding and relating. And know that when I ever have to cancel something, it's because I have to cancel it. It's not just because I want to have, that moment off. Oh my goodness. So many people to say hello to. Gail, our memories as women are tied to our emotions. Oh, Delia says, I second that. I third that. Sue says, follow Sarah Blakely. Yes, on Instagram. Yes, she does a mug. Monday, always motivating and fun. I never put all that together, Sue. That's so true. So true, isn't that? And then Gail says, we have to slow down to let ourselves heal. If we don't, our powers that will be. Yes, absolutely. And here's what's happened this week. Sometimes when we're taken out of the equation, we're taken away from our routine, we're taken away from what we've planned, we are forced to go into a different mindset. And forcing us into a different mindset also makes us make a different plan. And so what was interesting is that this week off of work, and like I said, I'm going to end up with another week off of work, I am on a different mindset. I have a little bit of a new plan, and it's not for the planner, it's for another workshop that I want to do, but it's given me the time that I didn't have before and I would not have marked off before to make this happen. And this is how this planner came to be as well. I would not have had the time to do this or make this and make this happen if I hadn't been sick at the beginning of last year. And so we've got to listen. So sometimes when we are shut up and sat down and the fingers being pointed at us, it's because there's something for us to listen to. And I truly believe that. And Anita reminds me of that every day when I whine to her, not with the good wine, with the bad wine, that I don't feel good today. And I need to do this and I need to do that. And she's just like, shut up and listen, like she really lays it forward to me. And I appreciate that honesty in a friendship. Robin says, no apology necessary. Just want you to be well. Robin, I promise our TikTok live will happen. And then Gail, see, there is a blessing in everything. There is, but we have to have the mindset to be open to understand that. So with that being said, I think I've caught up on everybody so far, and I just want to say thanks for doing this journey with me. Thank you for being a part of Masters Mindset Mondays, the planner. Again, I'm not a salesperson, but I have to, be honest with everybody. When I started this, the first 5 weeks, which started the last week of December and all of January, was to have you understand what Masters Mindset Mondays were about, and what it will be like for the whole year, covering different topics. Some of them are going to be business related, about, being profitable. That's my goal, is to tie into the planner. And some of it's going to be words of inspiration. And I do have some words that maybe it's going to be the word reject. It might be a negative word, but it's how you can turn it around. It's like what we did today with the word sick. Okay, turned it around. And so I hope that it's for motivation. But to stay with us for the whole year, you have to go to the nailstores.biz into the workshop section and purchase either the $40, which will put you in for the whole year, which helps cover some costs for me for the whole year. And then also you can, if you are, and that's if you already have a planner and you don't want to do the planner and you just want to be a part of the MMMs, Master Mindset Mondays. Or you can purchase the planner for $50, and then you have an option of 2. You have Shabby Chic or the Follow Your Arrow. And with that $50 purchase, you not only get the planner, but you will also, get to stay in for the rest of the year. So you have till February 1st, which is Saturday, to make up your mind if you want to continue. And if for some reason the finances just aren't there for you, I understand. But in March they are. You are more than welcome to purchase this at any time on the website all year. And then kind of go from there. And then yes, I plan on continuing doing this for, years to come. I want to continue doing this. This motivates me. It makes me happy. And this is where my soul feels fulfilled, and I want to continue that. And so, yeah, I love it. So those are your options. You can choose to stay in with us, or you cannot, and that is fine if it's not for you. Not everybody needs accountability every week. I do, and so it's for me, but it might not be for you, and I respect that wholeheartedly. And so anyways, just wanted to let you know. I do have 3 orders that I got in the last couple days. So everything that was ordered prior to last Friday was completed and in the mail on Friday night. Thank you to my daughter so very much for your help. But the ones that came in over the weekend, I have not fulfilled, and they won't get done today. But I can tell you they might get done this evening or tomorrow, and then those would be in the mail tomorrow night. And so I do apologize for that delay, but I think you kind of can relate and understand what I'm going through. So thank you very much for your patience on that. And Delia, I'm glad that you love your planner. Tiffany, you as well have an amazing day, and I will hope to continue to feel better, because I already felt worse. So it only gets better from there, right? Even if it's a small percentage. And Gail, thank you so very much. You guys, I adore you, and thank you so very much for, like I said, for being on this journey with me, and I look forward to working with you for this whole entire year.